The universal theology of the four ideals. That's what we'll be talking about in this video. I'm going to begin by giving you a general statement and definition of what theology is. You may have heard of lots of different Christian, Islamic theological systems, but in this video we're speaking about the universal theology of the four ideals. I'm going to give you some key elements that all theologies have within them, and then finally I'm going to speak about some different entry points and general approaches to theology that we can take in. Whichever of those aspects are most interesting for us, that's of course where we should begin. So all that's coming up in this episode, so let's go. So let's begin with a brief definition. Theology is the study of the nature of the divine, God, or gods, and everything related to religious belief and practice. The word comes from the Greek theos, God, and logos, word, reason, or discourse. So it literally means discourse about God. And so that's very apt for this video and this channel, ultimately, the four ideals or six ideals, because, again, a discourse about God, and a God not in a sense that it's my God and my book and yours is wrong and that one over there isn't real. It's a discourse about, theology, a discourse about God in general. And so what are some key elements that theologies contain? And also, briefly, there's a book by the same name, but let's get into the key elements of theology. God or the divine. Theology deals with understanding the nature, will, and actions of God or gods. Sacred texts. It often involves interpreting scriptures like the Bible, Quran, Vedas, etc. Doctrines and beliefs. Theology explores and articulates the core beliefs of a religious tradition. The human-divine relationship. How humans relate to, experience, and understand the divine. Ethics and practice. It may also address how believers should live in light of divine will. And so, of course, there's much more that could be said and discussed about the elements of theology. And just very briefly, I'm not going to digress too much, but from the Platonic tradition, which is one of the six ideals, the Platonic tradition, we have this text from Proclus, a Neoplatonic philosopher, The Elements of Theology. And this book is actually Greek and English together, and it's rather dense and complicated. So I'll be interested if any of you watching or listening have studied or gone through the elements of theology, but they're all very short statements, I would say, in a sense, sort of using logic and reason. They're like mathematical theses, I would say. Again, if you know more than me, do let me know in the comments. I'll be interested to discuss. But this is Proclus's Elements of Theology from a Neoplatonic or Platonic perspective. And just very quickly, this is what's interesting for me. Universal theologies, not any one theology in the sense that it's mine and yours is wrong. My theology is the only one. Just very quickly to digress, when I first became interested in these things, in this term God, being a Westerner from England, the first place I knew to look was, of course, the Christian Bible, which is where I began my search. But then I was very sort of taken by the fact that in Neoplatonism there's a term for God. In Islam there's a term for God. In Hinduism there are many. It's a polytheistic religion. There are gods. And for me, I sort of saw them all. I saw the syncretic nature, the combining of them. I didn't see separation. I saw unity, which is why over the course of time and things occurring with the YouTube gods, we're now here speaking about this. And maybe this is what I was destined to speak about at the beginning of my YouTube journey. But things had to occur. Time had to pass. And so now I'm here comfortable speaking about these things. But again, let me know in the comments, what theology are you most interested in? Or are you interested in the universal theology of these four ideals? And now I'm just going to share some different approaches, some different entry points with which one can study these theologies and to begin broadening our understanding and our knowledge on these topics. So these are 7 different angles or approaches to different theologies or theology in general, and each one frames the core message differently, offering multiple ways in. So we begin with the first, the historical development approach. All religions are historically conditioned revelations of one eternal truth. The second, the mystical unity approach. All mystics speak the same truth in different tongues. The philosophical or perennialist approach. Truth is one. The sages call it by many names, from the Rig Veda. The fourth is the avataric or messenger approach. Throughout time, the divine has sent messengers to guide humanity, something that we read in Gurdjieff's Beelzebub's Tales. Fifth, the psychological or transformational approach. All religions teach practices to transform human nature. The sixth is love and ethics approach. Every true religion teaches love, compassion and service, something to consider moving forward in our study of these things. If a religion is preaching death and hatred, are they really a religion? And finally, the esoteric symbolic approach. Religions are symbolic languages pointing to the same inner reality. And so here in this video, we have many entryways into the stream of theology, many starting off points with which to begin our journey. Please let me know in the comments which one is most interesting for you, because for me, again, this universal theology, although it's far-reaching and all-encompassing, really what's important is for us to find something that resonates and is interesting for us so that we can begin. And as we begin with each step, the world opens up and is born anew, and maybe something else will interest us, something else and something else. But the thing is to begin. So let me know where you'd like to begin moving forward with these videos, and I look forward to sharing more with you. But for now, welcome to the F6UR Ideals YouTube channel. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet, share the show if you have some like-minded friends, and I look forward to seeing you for the next video.